my name is Chef Mo with the bow tie, and today I'm going to be making Cajun Shrimp Alfredo. For my shrimp, I'm going to be using, of course, shrimp, some Cajun seasoning, and for my own seasoning, I'm using Cajun seasoning, some Old Bay, and some olive oil. And also, I'm going to be using lemon juice to give the seasoning a pop. And I'm going to go ahead and let that marinate, and I'm going to set it aside. Before we get on with our shrimp, make sure you guys wash your hands. Okay, I've let my shrimp dry, and now I'm going to put some Old Bay seasoning on it. This really is hard to get out. Old Bay will add an extra taste to it. And I'm going to be adding a bag of my Cajun mix. And I'm putting it into my bag so that the shrimp can marinate in it. Then I'm going to be putting in 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. Let me put my bag down real quick. Adding a teaspoon of my lemon juice. Let me move this forward real quick. And like I said in the beginning, the lemon juice will give the seasoning a pop. 1/4 of a cup of olive oil, and I'm just going to be eyeballing it. I'm going to mix my sauce and then put my shrimp in there and let it marinate. Okay, now that my shrimp is coated, I'm going to wash my hands, get my stuff thrown away, and then get my sauce for my noodles ready. My sauce, I'm going to be using minced garlic, and my sauce is actually going to be homemade. You can get canned Alfredo, but I like homemade better. You can use chicken broth, butter, room temperature cream cheese, and room temperature half and half, or I'm using heavy whipping cream. Let's head over to the stove and I'll show you how to make it. Come on. I'm separating my butter so it's not all in one clump, and it's going to take about 10 to 15 minutes to melt, and I'll see you when it's melted. Now that my butter is melted, I'm going to be adding 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. I'm going to add just a little bit more. Okay, now I'm going to stir it. And you don't want your garlic to burn, because then it will give it a bitter taste. And I turned my stove down to 2 or low heat. And now I'm going to let it cook for about 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and put my cream cheese in. It's going to look a hot mess at first, but trust me, it's going to taste good in the end. And you're going to want to keep your stove on medium heat to 2 or low heat. The cream cheese will be our foundation of the sauce, and I'm going to let it melt for about 5 to 10 minutes. You don't want to turn your heat up because you don't want to melt your butter or burn your butter or burn your garlic. And I'm going to see you guys when it's all melted. Adding half a can of chicken broth, low sodium, and now I'm going to stir it together. my heat on 2 or low heat so my garlic or butter aren't burning. Adding a cup and a half of heavy whipping cream. And do you guys see how my sauce is coming together? Now all I have to do is put in my seasoning. Everything is incorporated. That means nothing has burned or not been treated right. And now I'm going to be adding my seasoning. I'm going to be adding black pepper, and I'm going to add just a little bit more. And now I'm going to stir it all together real quick. But first I'm going to put some garlic powder in. Now I'm going to stir it together. You want to mix it all together and still keep your stove on medium-low heat. And now we're going to get right to cooking our shrimp. Adding my olive oil, and you don't want to add a lot because our shrimp already has olive oil in it. And now I'm going to stir it together. And you're going to want to put your stove on 5 or medium heat. And you don't want to burn your olive oil, and so that's why I'm putting it on medium heat. Okay, now I'm going to put my shrimp in. And you don't want to cook your shrimp too long because then it'll start to get rubbery. So you want to cook it for 5 to 7 minutes. And the way you know it's done is by when it turns pink on both sides. See how those right there are pink? That means that they're ready to be flipped, and I'm going to let them cook for about another 2 to 5 minutes. For our pasta, I already have my water and my pot and my salt, and now I'm going to put it on high heat. Making this pasta for my dad and my brother so they can try it. And now I'm going to let it cook for about 5 to 7 minutes. To put my pasta into my sauce, you don't want to stop the cooking process because you want your noodles to absorb our sauce. And I'm going to go ahead and plate it, or I'm going to mix it around so the pasta absorbs the sauce, and then I'm going to bring my brother and my dad down so they can try it. Is pasta saucy. If you don't like yours saucy, then you can add less liquid, and I'm going to go ahead and call them down so they can try it. So I have made Cajun Shrimp Alfredo. You guys can go ahead and dig in. Smells really good.
I'm just hungry.
Yeah, try the shrimp.
A little bit of this pasta here. My mouth is watering.
Yeah.
Put a little shrimp on that.
The shrimp has like the perfect amount of
spice, but then it has that juicy, flavorful taste to it as well.
Hey, I'll tell you what. This mine right here, you gotta get your own, no doubt.
This is bomb.
No cap.
This is bomb.
You get some of that pasta, and you mix it with the shrimp. And if you ain't smacking, you lacking.
Well, thank you guys for trying it. It's been your boy Chef Mo with the bow tie. See you later. Peace.